Hello everyone and welcome to this three-part video playlist on solving problems. My name is Mr. Hine and I'm going to be walking you through these three videos that are based around three steps. In this first video, we're going to look at making a plan before we start our problem. Then we're going to solve it and look at different strategies, and afterwards I'll show you how to check for your answer. So in this first stage, we are making a plan. So in order to solve a problem, we need to understand the question and the relevant information. So let's put a few steps up here. Step number one is the question. Okay. Now, I have found a sample problem that we can look at online. It's for a character named Ginny, but we can apply it and imagine it for our own lives as well. So Ginny paid $4.16 for a sandwich. You can imagine that. So you go to a restaurant or a little cafe, and she paid $0.95 for a piece of fruit. What is the total amount that Ginny paid for the sandwich and fruit? So first, let's identify our question. We can do this in green. And to find our question, we're looking for the who, what, when, where, how. And sometimes punctuation helps us. But what's it asking us? Well, Ginny paid $4.16 for a sandwich. That's a statement. Let's keep going. Okay, here's that special word. What is the total amount Ginny paid for the sandwich and fruit? There's our question. And we'll put a little arrow to put up here so we remember. Nice. Step two. Step two of making the plan. That's where we're going to look for our relevant information. So sometimes there's extra information that we don't need in a question. Relevant means it has to do with what it's asking us. So I'll pick another color. How about red? And if we know the question is, what is the total amount? We need to figure out what we're going to do. So it gives us two pieces of information, the price of a sandwich and the price of a piece of fruit. Those are both important. So let's circle those important things. Here's our 95 cents for the piece of fruit. And lastly, I'm going to use blue here. We've got our relevant information in our question, but what are we going to do mathematically? Well, what is the total amount? We need to look for the vocabulary. And if we refer to our classroom poster, it shows us lots of different words that are associated with different operations. And this is one that comes up, and we've been talking about total. Total is usually used for adding to find how much things are all together, and sometimes multiplication. But in this circumstance, we're going to use it for adding. And now we have our relevant information. Before we move on, we're going to do a quick estimate. And an estimate is used to make an educated guess that will let us know if our answer is reasonable. Okay, so for an estimate, we can often use rounding. Rounding means picking an approximate number nearby that is a little bit simpler and easier to deal with. So $4.16 is very close to $4. And we can add that to 95 cents is very close to $1. So our estimate could be about $5. And that'll let us know if our answer that we find later is far off. There's video number one. And if you'd like to give it a try after you have some of this beginning information, go ahead now. And in our next video, we're going to work on solving. Stay tuned.